welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing a story time video with you guys, which I'm super excited about because I know it has been highly requested that I tell another story. So I'm here with another story. This story is going to be about an Uber driver that I had, well, my boyfriend and I had a week ago. She was really crazy. It was some like old middle-aged white lady. She was a reckless driver. She did not have a filter on her mouth. And don't get me wrong, like I don't mind, like I'm no saint. I have a potty mouth myself, but this is more of a we don't know you, why are you talking to us this way type of thing. So this story is gonna be really quick and it's gonna be just my experience with Uber overall. I don't order Ubers, it's usually me taking an Uber with Eric, but I'll just tell you about my experiences with them. I am getting over a really bad cold, so bear with me if I sound a little congested. I apologize about that. Let's get on to the story. So it was, I believe it was last week, Tuesday, where Eric and I had to get up really early and go to a dermatologist appointment, which was all the way in Beverly Hills, like super far away. So we ordered an Uber because obviously it was in the morning time and driving through LA to Beverly Hills is just not fun during traffic hours. So no thanks. He decided to order an Uber. So we order our Uber and we're standing outside waiting for the Uber and this lady comes. Our Uber is a middle-aged white lady. I want to say she was probably like about 47-ish, like 47 years old. I don't know. This lady, she pulls up and she has this silver Infiniti, which was like a huge car. It was like one of those like I don't know, it was just a huge car. Eric and I hop in the back seat and then we're sitting there and we hadn't ate in the morning, so I asked the lady like, oh, is it okay if we eat in your car? And she's like, oh yeah, I don't give a shit. Go ahead and eat in my car. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me. And Eric was like, okay, it's like whatever. So we start eating in the car. And you know, there's two different kinds of Uber drivers. There's some that will not talk to you at all, and there's some that will not stop talking to you. And I think they do that so it's not awkward for you as a passenger being in some stranger's car, and two, so it's not awkward for them having a random person in the backseat of their car. Make sense? Conversation starts with this lady and she's like, oh yeah, you're going all the way to Beverly Hills, well that's a drive, or something like that. She says something negative about the drive. Eric's like, yep, we have to go to a doctor's appointment, it's getting like a dermatologist appointment, whatever. He starts explaining his story and what we're doing over there, all the way over there. So this lady, she randomly brings up her friend, okay, like, and she starts talking about plastic surgery, okay, which nor Eric or I were talking about plastic surgery. If anything, I was staying quiet in the backseat. I didn't want to talk. This lady decides that she's going to bring up her friend, and she's like, oh yeah, I have a friend and she goes out there all the time and she gets all these different procedures done. She's had her boobs done, she's had her ass done, and she's saying it like that. Like she's just no filter. She's had it all. She's had lip injections. This lady, then she says, and guys don't know her real age. And Eric's like, oh, like that's cool. Like her friend obviously looks young is what she's trying to say. She's like, yep. She's been a stripper for about 25 years now and she's still stripping in Vegas. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, did you just tell us about your stripper friend? Like, she says she's been stripping in Vegas for over 25 years and she's still stripping to this day. And guys don't know her real age because that's how good she looks. All of our friends, like if we ever want to do procedures, we always go to that lady because she knows everything. She's had it all done. She's, you know, she goes and repeats like she's had her boobs done, she's had her ass done, she's had her lips done, she's had everything done to her face, like chemical peels. She's done everything, like everything you can possibly think of, she's done apparently, according to this lady. And it's like a pretty awkward conversation because like I said, she's talking about her stripper friend and I'm in the backseat with my boyfriend and I like look at Eric and I'm like, and then he looks at me like, like he doesn't know what to think either. Like, what's going on with this lady? Like, have a filter. An Uber driver, like, we don't know you, like, have a filter. Like, that's too much. That's too much. I prefer an Uber driver to like, oh yeah, you want to ask like what we're gonna go do or what's going on. Like, that's cool. and then end the conversation, you know? But like, don't start like babbling and get into details and now tell us about your friend's stripper past life and how she's still a stripper and fools guys because they don't know her real age and you know, all this bullshit. She's still talking about her stripper friend, and I'm like, damn, we're not even on the fucking freeway yet and you're already talking about your stripper friend like this is gonna be an awkward drive. So we were on the second freeway that we had to get on to get to this place. Traffic's going, like it's going like pretty fast. Actually, traffic's moving, there's not that many cars, but you know, going towards LA, there is frequent stops and random stops that you can't control. So traffic could be moving and the next thing you know, you have to slam on the brakes because traffic just decided it was gonna stop. That's what happened here. This lady is going back and forth and she's talking to Eric and he's like, oh yeah, I'm an actor, blah, blah, blah. I do this with like YouTube and you know, lady's going back and forth with him and then it gets quiet, right? And she's like trying to figure out what exit she needs to get on. So here's my phone, right? Uber drivers have two phones. They have the phone that they need to use for GPS and then their regular cell phone. So typically an Uber driver will have it like their phone like clipped onto the like car, the little air vents or something, so they don't have to hold their phone because obviously that's dangerous. This lady, she decided to take her phone off of that little clip. We're still breezing down the freeway, like we're going, I want to say we're going about 75, 80 miles per hour down the freeway. And this lady's like trying to figure out, okay, what exit do I need to get on? And she's literally not looking at the road, you guys. She's holding on to her like car thing, her freaking steering wheel, whatever it's called. She was holding on to her steering wheel and she's going like this and she's just driving. And I think she glanced up once and then she looked down and I swear she did not look up for another like 45 seconds. And she's like still driving straight line, whatever, trying to figure this out. And up ahead, I'm in the back, and me, paranoid freaking anxiety ass bitch Veronica, like is obviously looking at the road, like looking at her and looking at the road like, bitch, like are you gonna look up because you have two precious lives in the backseat of your car. And I see that traffic is freaking stopped up ahead. Stopped, and we're flying down the freeway, you guys. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. I looked at Eric and I'm like sweating. Like, fuck, do I tell her to like look up? Like, you're still looking at your fucking phone, bitch. Like, look up, look up. And Eric's like his face is like this and he like holds onto the car seat. He's holding onto the seat in front of him and like to the thing and he's like, oh my god, like do we say something? Like when is she gonna look up? Like she's still not looking up. And she finally decides to look up when we're like 150 feet away from the next cars like in front of us. I don't know. She looks up and she like slams on the brake. She's like this with her hand. That's all she does, and she's like slamming on the brakes and she just goes like that. Like that. Just like that. She didn't say anything, she didn't apologize, nothing. And Eric and I are like, boom, like in the backseat, like, holy fuck, like this lady, like I wanted to, I'm sorry I'm gonna say this, but I nearly fucking shit myself in the fucking car. I was not having it, that was so scary. I fucking hated her after that. I was like, oh my god, I do not trust her as a driver. Like, Eric, stop fucking talking to this bitch. Like, let her fucking focus on the road because she is clearly a reckless driver. And I don't know, like I don't get it. Like all she did was this. Just quietly, just for like 5 minutes. That's all she did. And she kept trying to talk to Eric and we kept like cutting her short. Like I didn't give a fuck about what she was saying after that. I was just like, eyes on the motherfucking road. This lady is gonna fucking kill us. We get off the freeway and we're getting close to where our location is. You know when there's a street light and it's a red light and you let's say you want to turn right and there's a crosswalk and you usually have to wait for the person to cross the road. Her light had literally just turned red and she was the next car up to turn. She literally waits, like the car's going this way, start going, and she gasses it like right before we get hit by a car. Like literally right before, she gasses it. And just starts driving slow down the street. And I was like, oh, so you're one of those drivers. She misses the light where she's supposed to turn. And the streets in Beverly Hills are kind of confusing. So let me try to explain this right. We're driving straight down the street. And this is the light that she's supposed to turn at, right? She's supposed to turn down left. So this lady, she didn't turn left. She kept going straight. It's another light, and she stops. You guys, she stops, and there's a crosswalk, like it's a triangle little thing, and then a crosswalk. She's not supposed to turn here. She freaking gasses it and turns in front of oncoming traffic, like 10 feet away from us traffic. And she's like, well, that's a really weird intersection, isn't it? It should be an illegal turn. And I'm like, bitch, it is a fucking illegal turn. What the fuck are you talking about? Ended up getting out of the car. We were okay. I hate Uber, you guys. I hate it so much. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't trust it. I don't hate it. Hate is a strong word. I just don't trust it. I don't like it. I didn't like this lady. I hope nobody ever hits an Uber ride with her because that was scary as fuck. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up for me if you guys did. And request any more videos that you guys have down below. Until next time, you guys, I love you. And thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you next time. I love you. Bye.